Hello, my little YouTube friends. This is your friend Velma Hagar. And I've done this one before, but I'm going to do it again. Sometimes I have certain things in my life that I have just hit on over and over and over because I don't hear pastors hitting on them. And some of this stuff is really important. This morning I was talking about how you have to keep your things clean and take care of them. If you don't take care of what you have, you will never get anything better than that. So, God always increases those who care for and share what they have. So, if you drive around in a dirty old car and you don't wash it or you don't change the oil, that's probably the only kind of car you're ever going to get. You may get another one that would be just like that one. You just have to be careful to take care of what God gives you, and then He will increase it. I love this one little story that I always tell about likening your lot in life, so to speak, to a garden, a plot of ground. Let's take a little plot of ground that God has given each one of us. Some of us have pretty meager little plots, and then others are born with a silver spoon in their mouth. But it doesn't matter how big your little plot is. Take care of it, and it will increase. I promise you, it will increase. And sometimes it takes 20 years, but it always grows. It would be like if you had just picture this, a little garden, a little space for a garden. And you start out and you've only got a few seeds. And so you put your few seeds in the ground and you plow the ground, water it, take care of it, weed it, do everything you know to do. And eventually you're going to produce a harvest. Now next year, you're going to have more seeds if you save some of the seeds from what you planted this year. A lot of people eat all their seed and then they have nothing next year. And I don't just mean you need to share some of it too. Like I tithe. I'm a tither. I don't care what you think. I give 10% of what I make. Always have. I won't say always have. I have since I was about 42 years old. I've always given 10% of everything that comes across my hand. And God has blessed my socks off. I always feel that is kindergarten stuff. If you're not a tither, and you don't have any money and you're always whining, just stop it because you're not doing what God says to do. So how do you expect to get it? I mean, yes, there are people who don't tithe and have a lot of money, but God says that with that kind of money comes sorrow. You want your wealth to come from God because that kind comes without sorrow, because money can be the worst thing that can happen to people. Never the best thing, but it can be the worst, and it can also be very, very good. Let me tell you, I struggled many years, and when I got to a place where I didn't have to struggle anymore, I felt like I was free. God says, I wish above all things that you would prosper and be in good health. So if you're not prospering, try giving. Try doing what He says. Bring all the tithes into the storehouse. Doggone, I've had this cold. Allergies. We have super bloom in the desert, by the way. Super bloom means everything's blooming. And boy, has it brought allergies. Okay, bring all the tithes into the storehouse that there might be meat in my house, and see if I don't open the windows of heaven on you and pour out blessings such as you've never seen. That's your order. You don't want to do it? Don't complain. But I'll tell you this, if you do it, and you can't just do it 1 or 2 times and expect it to work because God knows your ploy. But if you continually tithe, you will never be in want. Never. And I mean, I'm not a pastor, so I'm not getting anything off of this. Like people say, all they want is your money. Well, you know what? You should be praising God when they take your money because God's going to open the windows of heaven on you. I wasn't even going to talk about that. Your little plot of ground. Weed it, water it, fluff up the dirt around it, take care of it, and when you produce a harvest, save some of the seed. Don't eat it all. Share it, save it, put some back in the ground, and your little plot gets bigger and bigger as the years go by. It gets bigger and bigger. That's my story. You know, we all have the opportunity, but many people say, I didn't get very much, so I'm not going to do nothing with it. Well, then you know what? You're never going to have anything. You know, if you're faithful with a little, you're going to get a lot. That has always been my mantra, my Christian mantra. If I'm faithful with a little, I'll get a lot. I've proven it, I've done it, and I believe it. So what do you think about that? My book, Hidden Treasures in Secret Places. You guys must be so tired of hearing me talk about my book, but my book is so good and so filled with treasures. It's wonderful. Amazon.com, Velma Hagar, Hidden Treasures in Secret Places. Get it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of this video. And subscribe to my YouTube. This is going to be on Facebook, and I get a lot of views on Facebook, but on YouTube, I really would like to see that one grow. So if you'll go on YouTube, and right at the bottom, you'll see a little place that says subscribe. You hit that, and then you hit the bell, and it'll let you know every time I put a YouTube out. Okay? All right, you guys, until next time, take care of that garden. Get it watered and weeded, and watch your harvest. You're a blessing. Until next time, this is Velma Hagar, bidding you a blessed day.